This is question number 6A from May 2025 question paper. Over provisioning is the resilience on extra capacity to satisfy the needs of large community of users when average to peak resource demand ratio is very high. Give an example of large scale system with using over provisioning and discuss if over provisioning is sustainable. In that case, justify your answer. Just to explain the concept, you will get a concept of over provisioning, you will get 4 marks, and justification for that explanation, if you give, you will get 6 marks. So let me explain the question first. Let me take one example of a sweet shop. Suppose the sweet shop owner, he has prepared 5,000 boxes of sweets in advance of the festival. When the festival, on festival day, if more than 10,000 boxes are required, then the shop had only prepared 5,000 boxes in advance. Then the shop might run out of stock. So which will lead to missed sales. And the customers also becomes unhappy because they will not get the sweet box. On the other hand, if the customer, if the shop owner prepared 10,000 boxes in advance, but on the festival day, if only few customers comes, 5,000 customers comes and get only 5,000, purchase 5,000 sweet box from his shop, then extra 5,000 sweet box go waste, and which will increase the cost. So this is the trade-off with the over provisioning. Either he prepared too much, but customers comes less and it becomes waste, or he prepared too little in advance, but if more customers comes, then there will be run out of it might run out of stock. So always it carries a risk. Uh, Now imagine if the shop could prepare sweets on demand. Second case. First he prepare more customers, less customers, loss. He prepare less number of pieces, more customer comes, then again there will be a mismatch or the missed sales. Assume now the shop could prepare sweets on demand as customers comes. If 5,000 customers comes, he prepare 5,000 and give. If 10,000 customers comes, he prepare 10,000 and give. He has that much of capacity. Whether 5,000 or 15,000 customers comes, shop would meet the exact need without waste. This is similar to cloud elasticity. The example what I am giving is cloud elasticity. Based on the demand, he will prepare. The earlier example what I gave, it is over provisioning. That is an example for over provisioning. This present example is an example for cloud elasticity, where computing resources are automatically scaled up or scaled down in real time based on the actual usage. So it ensures the high performance during the peak demand and cost saving during the low usage. So efficient and smart resource management. So that is the meaning of over provisioning. So now I'll explain the concept. The cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and GCP, Google Cloud Platform, give user access to things like storage, computing power, networking when they need it. Since it's hard to predict how many users will need resources at any time, so these platforms offer over provision. They prepare more resources than usually needed. This way, even if many users come at once, the system can handle the load without slowing down or without crashing. This is the concept. So I hope you understood. After doing over provisioning, they prepare more resources than usually needed. So how many users will need the resources at any time? They can be able to give it. That is over provisioning. So over provisioning, how it works? Justification we should give now. So over provisioning means setting up more servers. How to give the extra? So by setting up more servers, by setting up more storage or internet capacity than usually needed. And this helps the system stay fast. By doing this, it becomes fast and stable, even if lot of users suddenly come online at a time. If many number of users come at a time online, they will be able to they will be able to give it the lots if it will become fast and stable. That is how over provisioning works. You should write these 2 points. Why it can be why over provisioning can be a problem that unsustainable. You should explain. So it is expensive, high cost. You pay for servers and resources even when you are not using them. You keep extra resources, but if you are not using, then you are paying for servers and resources. Hence, the cost becomes high. Low efficiency. If high demand happens rarely, always the high demand will be not there. Sometimes it will be there. If high demand happens rarely, most of the extra setup just sit idle. So most of the resources, most of the extra setup will just sit idle. Therefore, it becomes low efficiency. Bad for the environment. So environmental impact. Unused system, still they use power and cooling. So which increase the pollution and energy. So it will become a very bad impact on the environmental. Then more sustainable alternatives. So, cloud companies now use smarter methods to save the cost and enough. That is elastic scaling. So, it will add the resources or it will remove the resources automatically depending on how much is needed at that moment. If more demand is coming, it will add the resources. If less demand is there, it will remove the resources. This is called as elastic scaling. Serverless computing. So it runs the code only when needed. Always no need to run the code. It runs the code only when needed. Then you only pay for the time it runs. So you will pay only for that time. No need to keep the server running at all the time. It is called as serverless computing. You will pay only for what you use and no need to keep the server running at all the time. It is called as a serverless computing. So these are all the points of over provisioning and the elastic scaling. So finally, I can tell you AWS, Azure and GCP over provisioning they support and elasticity by default and it is encouraged. All these companies, they are encouraged to use the elasticity. So lastly, I'll explain this diagram. So this is over provisioning. Peak capacity always available. Resources often idle during the low demand. If there is less demand, resources will keep idle. And because of that, the cost becomes high and the efficiency becomes less. And resources waste when they become idle. This is the meaning of over provisioning. This diagram you can draw. Elastic scaling, resources adjust automatically. They adjust automatically. And when they are adjusting automatically based on the demand, the efficient usage takes place. Therefore, the cost becomes effective and sustainable. So here the optimized resource utilization takes place. So this is about the over provisioning concept and the explanation with the justification. This is answer for question number 6A from May 2010, May 2025 question paper.